What's up, guys? So I want to bring up this subject because I see so many people in the truth community and all over the internet and even at work and at coffee shops, just wherever. I see people arguing with each other about whether or not the earth is round or flat. And this is an interesting dynamic. Everyone has their own opinion on it. Personally, I think it's probably round as far as the research that I've conducted. So let's go through an experiment. Let's say I think that the earth is round and you think that the earth is flat. Does that actually change the dynamic of what is really happening to us in reality? Does the fact that you think the earth is flat change how you walk down the street? Does it change how you use your cell phone? Does it change how you talk to somebody? Does it give you more rights and freedom? Does it change anything about the amount of money that you take home from work? You know, the fact that people want to argue if the earth is flat or not doesn't change a fucking thing. It doesn't change anything. Let's say, hypothetically, everyone woke up tomorrow and they thought that the earth was flat. They said, I believe that the earth is flat. What? Okay, so what? What does that do? Does that prove? You don't need to prove that the earth is flat in order to prove that the government is lying to you. Okay? That they're up to no good. You don't need to prove that the earth is flat to prove that you're a slave. You're tax cattle. You're free range tax cattle on a big tax farm. Okay? You don't need to prove that the earth is flat. It's like, for instance, how about this? I'm pointing this gun at you. What color is this gun? And someone says, oh, that gun is gray. That's a gray gun. And then the other person is going, no, that gun is black. That's a black gun. Does the color of the gun change anything? You know? Does the shape of that gun change anything? Does it change the effect that that gun is going to have if the trigger is pulled? Do you understand where I'm coming from? It changes nothing. There is nothing that changes. People have the right to believe what they want. Okay? They have the right to believe whatever they want. But once your religion starts to affect other people negatively, like if you're continuing to be rude and you're calling people ignorant and stupid and threatening them because, for instance, let's say you believe in God. Like, let's say I don't believe in God and you believe in God. If you start calling me stupid and all these names and you're treating me like crap and you're harassing me because I don't believe in the same God that you do, well, right there, you automatically become an immoral person. You are immoral and you are intolerant. And that's what's happening in the truth community. You have a bunch of people who think that the earth is flat, and then they're trying to shove their beliefs down everyone's throat. And the people who think that the earth is round, they're arguing with the flat earthers and trying to force their beliefs down their throat. And all it does is create a division. It's like the left and right paradigm in politics. You have the leftists that argue this ideology, and then you have the conservatives that argue that ideology. So you have a bunch of people in America voting and arguing with each other and voting for that guy and voting for that guy, fighting against each other. But no matter what, the government still gets in. The control system still gets in, and you are still enslaved. While you're running around trying to force somebody to believe in what you believe. You're trying to force them to believe and behave in the way that you do. And that makes you immoral. And it's super aggravating because, let's just be honest, we don't totally know for 100% fact what shape the earth is, okay? But the problem I have is there is this idea, this thing, this inherent thing that's called truth, okay? And truth exists by itself, all right? And when you say something is true, it needs to be true. You know, I can't hold this gun and say, this gun is orange, because that's not true. It's black, obviously. I can't go around and say that this is truth and you're dumb if you don't believe it. That's immoral to do that. That's what flat earthers do. They'll say, well, you're just scared of the truth. You know? They're taking an idea and saying that it's totally true. They're taking a belief system and saying that that is truth. When deep down, they believe that it is true. They don't actually know, because they can't float up into the sky and look down on the earth and say, oh, okay, I see what shape it is. It doesn't matter. It literally means nothing. Zero. Nothing. We all know, dude, that flat earth is a psyop. It's totally a psyop. It's a psychological operation to see how many people we can get to believe this bullshit religion and then let them argue amongst each other about what is truth. It's just a way of creating division. That's all that it is. It's a way of dividing the population in another way. You can divide with religion, you can divide with science. I mean, you can divide with political ideologies. There's so many mechanisms you can use to divide societies. And that's what I see happening. That's what I see. Personally, if you ask me, I don't give a fuck what shape the earth is. It does not matter to me. I don't care if the earth is a triangle. It literally does nothing to affect how I interact with the world. If I wake up tomorrow and I think that the earth is flat, it doesn't change how I perform at work. It doesn't change anything. It's just now I think the earth is a different shape than what I thought it was before. You know? I don't give a fuck how close the stars are or how close the sun is. I don't care if a sun is 1,000,000 miles away or if it's 1,000 miles away. As long as that motherfucker keeps producing heat and light, I don't care how far away it is. It's already there. It's there. It's good. Hey, wherever you're at, my perspective of how far away you are doesn't matter. I do not care. So we gotta stop arguing with each other about this shit, man. Please stop, okay? You're not gonna make us any more free by trying to force your religious ideology down people's throats. If you actually want to get to the truth, then really look at the truth. Because I personally think the truth is, we don't really know what's going on here, man. We don't know our origins. We don't know where we came from. Everyone can have some belief on how reality works, but we don't actually know for a fact. We can create a hypothesis or a theory and try to test some things out, but the way the world works is super intricate and dynamic. Okay? And people have been trying to figure it out for thousands of years on what's going on. Okay? So the moment you try to latch onto something and say that you know it, that's the moment you become ignorant. I forgot what that one quote was. I think it was by Plato. He said something like, wisdom is knowing how much you don't know. Might have been Aristotle, actually. But true wisdom is knowing how little you know. And that right there is truth. Because once you start acting like you know everything, I know that you're an idiot. I know that you're full of shit. Because you don't even know what your purpose is here. You don't even know where you came from. None of us know. And that's what the journey of life is about, man. Is trying to actually find the real truth. And to interact with people in a loving and caring manner. And to not initiate aggression against people. And to not conduct violence against people. And to be a moral person and fight for what's right. And to achieve freedom. That's what it's really all about. It's about freedom. Believing that the earth is flat does not make you any more free than you are right now. Understand that. The fact that I think it's round does not make you free. It does not make you any more free. Okay? So you need to have the goal of freedom in your mind. How do I achieve freedom? Do I achieve freedom by believing that the fucking earth is flat, or that the earth is a triangle, or that the earth is a sphere? Is that how you achieve freedom? No, it's not. It's about understanding who is controlling the dynamics of the world, what mechanisms are they using to implement this control, and how can I think clearly in order to try to wake other people up and try to help them and try to spread freedom in this world where we can limit suffering. Believing that the earth is flat does not limit any suffering in the world at all. So that's what I'm about. I'm about freedom. Okay? And I hope that we can all work together to really find out what the truth is, so we can all be free and we can all maintain freedom for our children and all the other generations to come. All right, guys. Love you guys. Take it easy.